stay inside and lock the doors. Welcome to Nowcast, and today, we're counting down our picks for the top 10 best first-person shooter games that you'll never leave your house for. For this list, we're looking at 10 of the most popular shooting games gamers have been binging even before we were told to stay inside. Make sure to watch to the end to see if you've played any picks during lockdown, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button for more of your favorite top 10 lists. Let's jump right in with number 10, Call of Duty Modern Warfare.
Going dark.
Start clear!
The Call of Duty franchise undeniably has been the gateway game into the shooting genre. Out of the entire franchise, however, Modern Warfare is actually its most profitable sub-series, accounting for more than $1 billion in sales as of this year, with 600 million of those sales happening within the first 3 days. The campaign is set during current times and follows a CIA officer and their revolt against the Russian forces who have taken over the country. It takes you through a raw and provocative narrative that sheds light on the severity of modern warfare today by immersing each player deep into famous European cities and volatile expanses of the Middle East. It is the supreme online playground for FPS fans worldwide, allowing you to throw down with people all around the world. Infinity Ward just released a reboot in October of last year, so if you haven't already experienced the gritty animations and graphics, you have to get a copy. Unless you live in Russia, where it just got banned at the end of last year. Infinity Ward also released something this March that you might be seeing later on this list, but only the true gamers can guess what that game is. Number 9, Bioshock Infinite.
Bring us the girl and wipe away the debt.
If you haven't dove into the Bioshock series, then one game we recommend to look out for is Irrational Games' third release of the Bioshock series, Infinite, now available on Nintendo DS. The game takes place in 1912, and you play as former agent Booker DeWitt, who was ordered to the airborne city of Columbia to rescue a girl named Elizabeth, who has been held in captivity for the majority of her life. After rescuing her, Booker quickly discovers that she is actually at the very center of the city's deepest, darkest secrets. This part doesn't continue the same storyline as the first two games, but its concepts and themes remain consistent throughout the entire series. The difference with this one is that the creators really focused on expanding the environment, allowing for significantly more dynamic gameplay compared to the previous games. The main standout is specifically the city's skyline roller coaster. Number 8, Overwatch.
It's like, cheers love, the cavalry's here. Pew, pew, pew.
This multiplayer shooter game has received incredible reviews, being praised for its accessibility and attention to detail when it comes to each individual hero. It's set in a time where humanity was in a golden age of technological development. However, they were threatened by the artificial intelligent robots that have brought wrath on their futuristic Earth. In response to the events, the United Nations introduced a soldier enhancement program to develop a task force to combat the hostile robots and created elite heroes to restore order across the globe, called Overwatch. This multiplayer shooter game is designed to be played in teams of 2 made up of 6 players per team. Each player has a different purpose, such as a damage hero that causes most of the damage, a tank hero who absorbs most of the damage, and a support hero to provide healing and supplies for the rest of the team. Overwatch's game modes range from casual play, competitive ranked play, and has even developed its very own esport league. Join this continuously growing community of 50 million active players and add this game to your next video game bucket list.
Hey, chill out.
Hammer strike!
Number 7, Counter-Strike Global Offensive. Despite criticism for some of its early features and differences across platforms, reviewers later gave rave critiques for its smooth gameplay and competitive spectator capabilities, especially after the release of the Battle Royale game mode. Like prior Counter-Strike games, Global Offensive is an objective-based multiplayer game where two opposing teams made up of either terrorists or counter-terrorists compete in various missions such as securing a location, defusing a bomb, or rescuing hostages. At the end of each round, each player is rewarded in-game currency according to their performance, and can later spend on weapons and utilities, allowing each user to truly customize their gaming experience. If you haven't already, then jump onto the Counter-Strike craze and find out why it's the best esports game of 2017, 2018, and 2019. Number 6. Apex Legends.
Good luck, brothers.
Apex Legend is actually set in the same science fiction universe that Titanfall 1 and 2 were set in, bringing praise to the show for infusing different elements from various genres, making this game a worthy competitor of Fortnite. It's a free-to-play battle royale game consisting of up to 23-person squads that are thrown onto an island where they search for weapons and supplies before inevitably fighting to the death. You first pick one of 13 hero shooters that will make up your team in this timed battle. While in the game, the play area shrinks over time and forces all teams to engage in combat. Last team standing wins the round.
Death is inevitable. It's calling you.
Tell death I said hello.
Number 5. Titanfall 2.
Pilot is the true dominant force. Fast and agile. Graceful, yet devastating.
Respawn's sequel of the sci-fi series, Titanfall 2, was released back in 2016, but has since received positive praise even though its commercial shortcomings might have indicated otherwise. In this exhilarating campaign, you play as a pilot Jack Cooper, a rifleman from the Frontier Militia that bonds to a giant robot exoskeleton called the Titan. The Titan was once piloted by Cooper's mentor who heroically died in battle. Equipped with jetpacks and grapples, you will wall run your way through the entire map with ease, and nothing can get in your way. The thought-provoking multiplayer mode requires you to really think strategically and not just rely on reflexes. Some gamers have criticized the size of the maps, however, once you get the maps down, then that's when you really start to realize all the creative possibilities that the map really offers.
Cooper is my pilot. Our combat effectiveness rating now exceeds 90%. Request permission to retain this link.
Number 4. Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six Siege.
Jabber near! Stand up! Let's move it! Away from the wall! Barricaded!
Ubisoft's release of Rainbow Six Siege is taking over as one of the best multiplayer video games of all time, and they now just released the game in PS5 and Xbox Series X. This tactical shooter game emphasizes cooperation and communication amongst team members, as well as strategic use of your environmental surroundings. Each person chooses either an offensive or defensive position and can participate in various gameplay modes such as rescuing hostages, defusing bombs, and taking control of an objective. Players have the ability to pick any operator, which vary in abilities and gadgets, and can choose things like spawn points as well as attachments on their guns prior to start. It even offers an in-game shop that lets players buy different operators and cosmetics using currency earned in the game to really be able to customize your strategies. This game is for those out there who love playing games where coordinating tactical plans and executing them on the fly is their cup of tea. Number 3. Half-Life: Alyx.
I'm gonna head inside, find a way out. Got it.
I'm with you every step of the way.
You're gonna need a gun! Don't worry, it's unloaded. It's unloaded now!
Now, this one's going to be a little harder to get your hands on considering that it will strictly stay a virtual reality game. But if you ever get the breathtaking opportunity to experience the future, then check out Valve's latest release, Half-Life: Alyx. After many failed attempts at their new Half-Life game, Valve eventually recognized the demand for a completely immersive virtual reality shooter game and decided to explore the VR realm. Then in 2016, they went into full production of Alyx, and we're stoked to announce that it is finally here. This immersive experience is set 5 years before the events in Half-Life 2. So you play as Alyx on Earth, conquered by an alien empire called the Combine, who has been rescued from the aliens' captivity by a fellow Resistance member named Russell. However, her father Eli wasn't so lucky. Alyx really pushes the boundaries, especially in this small yet ever-expanding world of VR. As technologically becomes more affordable and accessible, this game's popularity will gain an unstoppable momentum and will eventually be #1 on this list, but since it's still pretty inaccessible, then we still think #3 is a pretty good spot for it. Number 2, Doom Eternal.
For millennia.
ID Software has completely outdone themselves yet again in this 5th installation of the Doom series, released in March of 2020, Doom Eternal. Eternal continues the role of Doomslayer, an ancient warrior that fights with demonic forces from hell that have taken over the earth and wiped out over 60% of its population, except this time he's equipped with some new tricks up his sleeve. The significant addition is the mid-air dashes that puts the previous games to shame, making them feel as if you're crawling through the map. Doom fans have been going crazy for the new release, praising the game for its quality graphic design and creative yet technical perspective. It has been one of the most anticipated games of the year, actually commercially tripling the success of its predecessor, Doom, by 3 times selling 3 million digital copies worldwide. If you haven't already gotten yourself a copy, then do that right now before the internet collapses or whatever crazy thing happens next. If you've enjoyed our list so far, then don't forget to like the video, smash the subscribe button, and check out some of our honorable mentions right here. Destiny 2. Halo, the Master Chief Collection.
We'll go.
Black Mesa.
Yeah, they were working on this kind of stuff. I don't still think this is a drill.
And now for our #1 pick, Call of Duty Warzone. Now, like we had mentioned earlier, there was a particular game that Infinity Ward was releasing this year, and yes, you guessed it, that game is Warzone. After Fortnite sparked the Battle Royale trend, all game creators' juices started really flowing and really inspired the first-person shooter genres to explore different possibilities of the Battle Royale game style. Needless to say, Infinity Ward completely flipped the genre on its head, packing this game with absolutely everything. Warzone blew things wide open by throwing in every twist you can think of into the Battle Royale mode. One really unique addition is getting a second chance to respawn and fight another dead opponent in a 1v1 showdown. You can also receive in-game currency called cash for completing contracts, hunting enemies, locating chests, and defending areas spread across the map. You can spend that cash on loadouts at different buy stations. In just the first 2 months, Warzone was downloaded over 60 million times, 6 million of which happened in the first 24 hours, and is commended as the most consistent and exciting new game in the genre that has raised the bar and opened an entirely new range of possibilities. What games have you been playing during lockdown? Drop your answer down below, subscribe for more videos, and check out our most recent video right here.